Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning and welcome. It's Nurse Richard the Wax Wizard. Thank you for joining me. Something a bit different this one. And the reason is I know I'm using pretty much tools to get the whole thing out of these two ears. Now, I think this was a lady. I'll be honest, I've been away since I've done this one and I found it in the place where I store all these. And I can't remember much about who it was. I do remember it was very blocked and very stiff. It's quite unusual when you get it like this. Most of the outer part of the ear is quite flexible, this cartilage. I remember this one was really stiff. There was not much give in it. And it's hence the reason why I had to resort to the tools. And now I use one of Neil's curettes. It's one with a Jobson horn, or the right curette on the end of it, and a hook on the end of it, on the opposite end of it. He does do ones that are angled as well, which are really, really useful when you're using endoscopes. But I actually like these double-ended ones because I feel it's handy to have a different double-ended, so to speak. Ooh, matron. and it is really useful because I don't need to come away from the patient. I can just literally spin it round and get the other end of it if I feel that I need to do something different with it. Because this is all wedged in the outer part of the ear, this. But because it's really firm, the cartilage on here, it was a lot harder than I thought it would be, especially the second one. This one, not so much, but the other one was a bit tricky. I also carried on using these tools for the entirety of the other ear, just because I do remember she wasn't too keen on the noise too much. It is noisy, microsuction, when you have it. Sometimes noisier than other times, but if there's another way of getting something out and someone's not too keen on the noises, then absolutely that's what you should do. Now, I did just bump this into the camera as I pulled it out, which is why it went all blurry. Not a lot I can do about that. But there it is, all nice and clear, that one. I do seem to remember as well that she had quite a pronounced dip as soon as you come out of the ear, in the outer portion of it. And you literally had to scoop things out of here that they got wedged in there as well. Again, same on the other one. No, the other one is a bit clearer, and I think I probably had the setting a bit too bright on that one. But here's the other one, and I'm going to try doing the whole thing with the tools as well. Even if you think there's another way of getting it out, it's good to keep your eye in, so to speak, to practice with these other things. But as I said before, she wasn't too keen on the noise, so I kept going with this. Now, these are tricky when they're like this because it's a slightly irregular shape, and that's what makes it difficult to pull through the entrance here. Because you can see it veers off to the right hand side. So what you kind of have to do is kind of break these down into other little pieces, so you bring it out piece by piece. So what I've done there, I've just twizzled the tool round and it's now got a hook. So I'm going to try and embed it in there as well. Didn't quite embed it in there, but it brought it forward a little bit. But it's just the natural curvature of the ear, which is meaning it's just difficult to pull that forward. I'm going to try, and I've twizzled it round again, trying to get the scoop in there. And I think what I'm going to do there, I'm just going to break the front section off there. I don't think it pulled it forward much, it just needed to break the end off it so I can bring it out in stages, so to speak. So they are really good, these. I use these more than I used to when it was the old design. Because I know I've reviewed the older ones before, and they're just not fit for purpose, in my opinion. They're just not very good at doing the job. And this was firmer than I thought as well. When it's like kind of mobile and rolling around in there, it is quite tricky. And I'm trying to drag it forward there, but not really getting anywhere. So I think I'm going to try with the hook again there and try and roll it to the side. And I've got a fair bit of room around the side there now. where I'm trying to dig it in and pull it forward. Yeah, you see it's coming forward a little bit, can't you? So I'm going to try and get over the top of it there and see if I can dig it in and roll it a bit further forward. There you go, it's rolled a bit further forward again. So I think down to the side here and angle the hook back inwards, try and hook it behind it and then roll it forwards again. And I think it's just at this point, there you go. It's just come past that bend there. That makes it a lot easier to get out once you get to that point. So over the top, rotate the hook round, pull it forward. And I think it just broke off. The fiddly thing about using tools like this is actually how you bring it out of the ear. Because it's handy, this thing, because you can dig the tools in and lift it up. But when it's kind of soft and squidgy, it's really difficult to pick up. Chances are it's going to fall all over the patient, which happens quite a lot. But it's fiddly to pick up. So sometimes you have to go back in with the suction just to pick it up. And let's roll that bit forward. Again, I've alternated to the curette again now. I'm well aware I haven't done dad joke of the day. I don't do them in every episode, for those of you who haven't watched any of these before, but I do. Some episodes are not appropriate to do it in, but if something that's relatively straightforward and routine, I will throw the odd one in for you. If you've never seen him before, you're asking why, because there's only so much you can say about pulling earwax out of someone's ear when it's a routine case like this. So let's have a couple here, shall we? I quit my job as a postman after the first letter they handed me to deliver. I looked at this and thought, this isn't for me. I like that one. Why do astronomers put beef in their shampoo? For meteor showers. Meteor, get it? Oh dear, terrible. That's the kind of the whole point though, isn't it? I've been taking Viagra for my sunburn. Doesn't cure it, but it keeps the sheets off my legs. I like that one. I can't tell that one. That's got bad language in it. It's quite blue, this, but I used to hate facial hair, then it grew on me. Classic, old but gold. Right, let's have one more. A book just fell on my head. I've only got my shelf to blame. Cracker. Anyway, as you can see, we're pretty much there towards the end of this one. And I think I'm just trying to use this is what I was talking about before. It's really difficult to pick these things up when they're outside of the ear. So again, I've rotated it around and I can dig the hook in and lift it up there. There we go. Made a big difference, I'm sure. Like I said, I don't really remember, but I'm sure it did. So just going to tidy up around the entrance there. And this is the soft part of the ear. It's all these fatty tissues. And so it's absolutely fine to put a little bit of pressure on there as you're cleaning these away. And you can see it's quite a pronounced dip. As soon as you get out of that ear, it just goes down that. It's like a slide. Just try and get those last few bits there. And it's not important to get every little speck here, but if you can, then why not? So again, just being a bit careful there. Just gonna roll that forwards. And I think that's more than enough. Scoop that down and all that loose stuff there. Let's see if I drop it onto the patient. I can't remember. Looks like the chances are pretty good that I'm going to. Yeah, when you're doing this, it's often good luck if you can capture this with the endoscope. I'm actually looking at it with the naked eye when you're trying to scoop up those bits there. But there's that ear afterwards, looking not too bad. And all done, another patient on their way, being able to hear a little bit better. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit different for my channel. I know you don't see them very often. If you do like these videos, then I don't ask very often, but please subscribe to it. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, TikTok, just press that button that says follow. Because I know there's loads of people who watch them who don't follow or subscribe to the channel. And if that's you, then go and press that button now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. But for now, take care of yourself and I'll see you later. Ta-da.